Welcome back to Chow Time Pods. Your host Red. Got videos today from Hollywood Body Counts.
James Corden's The Late Late Show was canceled in 2023 when viewership fell below 1 million, less than half the audience it had when Corden started in 2015.
I'm so sorry, but when you come up and present an award, just get on with it. Sorry, I'm waiting for the punchline. Go on. No, seriously, go on. No, go on. You can see my belly, and we can all see you dying right now. Let's go for it. Here we go.
How stupid.
By then, his reputation had already imploded, but the turning point was October 2020.
I've never watched this guy. I do know he does like that Cars karaoke thing, but never watched it. Never really cared about his comedy or anything. So this guy,
22. When New York's Balthazar restaurant publicly banned him, the owner posted that Corden screamed at servers over an omelet order.
I made a rude comment, and it was wrong. It was an unnecessary comment. It was ungracious to the server.
The story boomed worldwide and fed into years of rumors about his rude behavior. It seems as if Corden has apologized for almost everything he's ever done.
I'm so sorry, and I can't believe I'm about to
cut me off.
I'm so sorry.
Can I just say then, goodbye, and I'll see you next time round, yeah?
And he still can't get laid.
Snapping at camera crews during carpool karaoke, forcing staff to laugh at his jokes, and even feuding with passengers on a plane. UK tabloids that once hailed him for Gavin and Stacey.
It is funny that people give this facade of being nice and friendly and things like that, but in real life they're assholes. I guess I kind of give that facade. Like you guys probably think I'm nice and friendly, but in real life I'm kind of an asshole. I always tell you guys that. People call me mean all the time. So
now mock him as Hollywood's rudest Brit. After leaving CBS, he desperately tried for TV and acting projects in the US, but got no major offers as he became an online meme.
Well, that isn't true. I remember leaving. I left a perfectly good team. I left. Yeah, I did.
That's why I think being genuine really kind of can take you a lot further than just kind of putting a facade up.
I left $10.
Yeah, it was a $340 meal.
You're no longer relevant.
A person who smiles and sings with Adele one moment, then exposed as arrogant the next. Ellen's downfall began in 2020.
Never liked her. Always hated her. I thought she was fake. She always looked fake to me, especially from all like the shows and all these other things. Never been a fan of this person. I actually know a person that was her personal bodyguard. It's a woman. She's like in her older age. She's like 60 something now. Yeah, used to be Ellen's personal bodyguard. Told me all the stories. Horrible person.
20. When BuzzFeed News published an expose on the Ellen DeGeneres show describing a toxic workplace of intimidation, racism,
She should have kept her mouth shut.
behind-the-scenes accounts clashed with her carefully marketed Be Kind persona, as within a few months, her daytime juggernaut lost over 1 million viewers, with advertisers pulling back as the once dominant brand became toxic. Her 2018 Netflix special, Relatable, had already signaled cracks as critics called it smug and out of touch with her 2000 stand-up peak. As her bullying scandal unraveled, her Queen of Nice nickname looked like a cruel joke. Unfair.
They tell you, you can't be smarter, funnier than Ellen. She's the comedian and the star, not you.
I want to die.
Instead of leaving its daytime's most beloved host, Ellen exited as a case study in hypocrisy by being who you are. Stephen Colbert was...
I actually used to like Stephen Colbert when I was younger. I used to watch the Colbert Show all the time. Obviously, as I got older, I kind of stepped away from politics and stepped away from a lot of these types of shows.
Once the undisputed king of late night, peaking in 2020 as America's top-rated host.
But it's not normal. No other candidate for the presidency has ever had to pause his campaign to defend himself in multiple courts.
I'm gonna come.
But by 2023, Fox's Greg Gutfeld had overtaken him by pulling younger viewers as Colbert's numbers steadily slipped. The problem? His show narrowed into non-stop politics as what began as sharp satire during the Trump years turned into nightly Trump bashing, which caused fatigue.
And now for the next 10 months, the gloves are off. I can finally speak unvarnished truth to power and say what I really think about Donald Trump.
Because you'd be in jail.
Critics claimed he alienated half the country by leaving fully partisan to the Democratic Party, being more of a cheerleader than a comedian. Viewers who once tuned in for...
Yeah, I wish comedians would just make jokes on both sides. There's no need to pick a side or anything. Even if you did pick a side, make jokes on both sides.
Clever wit felt stuck in political sermons as the backlash only grew with its infamous stunts like the 2021 vaccine dance segment that went viral for being preachy and confirmation of Colbert being bought by Big Pharma.
That is pretty crazy and cringe, I admit. To actually What? I didn't know this.
Hurrah!
Post-Trump, Colbert has struggled to adapt without a daily villain, as his brand feels like a relic of the Resistance era now.
It was a slow, deteriorating situation.
That's the part we're editing out of this interview. Boy, right there. All right.
Very
Unlike
similar
what?
to this experience.
Unlike, yes. Unlike what?
That's right, you can.
CBS decided to end The Late Show with Stephen Colbert in May 2026 after 33 years on air because Colbert lost the fight to stay relevant in a late-night world.
Yeah, I actually had friends that say, oh, he got fired because he was just talking on Trump all the time. Like, ratings. But to me, it's always been about ratings. If he's not getting the ratings he needs, yeah, he's going to get fired. That's how TV networks work.
That's moved on. Trevor Noah replaced Jon Stewart.
Also used to like Trevor Noah. Loved Jon Stewart. He took over Jon Stewart, Daily Show, watched him for a little bit, and then he got a little weird.
We're on The Daily Show in 2015 with much expected from the witty comedian, but the ratings gap was immediate.
When people watch The Hate U Give, what do you want them to walk away with? Because I know everyone has a slightly different feeling.
Well, I mean, white people crying actually was the goal.
While Stewart's finale alone brought 3.5 million viewers, under Noah, the show averaged barely 1 million per episode within a year, and by 2022, the viewership had fallen off over 75% from its peak.
Why are you so angry?
I'm actually not that angry. It's just there's things that need to be said, Trevor, and a lot of people are afraid to say them.
What a stupid question that is.
Critics said Noah leaned too heavily on race and identity, with segments like his 2016 joke,
Not unlike an African president.
or his constant riffs on white privilege that trended online. Noah struggled to connect with Stewart's core audience, with his constant racial punchlines narrowing his appeal compared to Stewart's broader mix of satire. By September,
Yeah, I love the satire comedy. I do agree that a lot more comics are kind of leaning towards race, leaning towards certain subjects, and it's not funny in a sense that they're just pushing this very specific types of jokes, one-sidedness. I think jokes can be funny all around. It doesn't have to be always one-sided.
September 2022, Noah announced he was leaving The Daily Show for personal growth.
You could have just said, bitch, I'm gone. That's all you had to say was, I'm gone.
Roy, we had a wonderful 7 years together. It has nothing to do with you.
Industry reports pointed to consistently low ratings as the real reason, as Comedy Central had already slashed the show from 4 nights a week to 3.
Damn. I mean, Jon Stewart, I love Jon Stewart's Daily Show.
Question is, because on day 1, they go unarmed man shot in the back. Day 2, they like, who was Walter Scott?
Sorry I'm late, I just don't give a fuck.
While Noah did stand-up tours and hosted the Grammys, he couldn't land a U.S. network as his tenure caused Comedy Central's fall. Jimmy Fallon launched The Tonight Show in 2014 and was pulling in 11 million viewers while dominating late
Damn, 11 million viewers?
night with viral lip-sync battles and celebrity games.
No. I'm just a little pissed off that I couldn't get a black hand. I don't understand.
Who's your connection?
By 2022, that audience had collapsed to under 2 million as Fallon lost ground not only to Stephen Colbert, but even Greg Gutfeld on Fox. His viral crown also slipped with his goofy sketches barely landing a ripple.
Talking about.
Making fun of my damn album cover.
I'm not making fun of it.
Try to help me sell records for once.
You are really gone. For real.
Then came the scandals that made matters worse, with 2023's Rolling Stone's bombshell report citing Fallon's set as a toxic workplace as staff called him a rat.
It seems like a lot of these major hosts are douchey bags.
And unpredictable. Echoing Ellen's downfall, Fallon's scandals shattered his nice guy image.
With your hands crossed.
Spoiler alert.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Please, there's other ones.
No. That was something, Freddie.
Fallon also lost on the political front with his infamous 2016 Trump interview where he ruffled the candidate's hair. He was blasted for humanizing Trump.
He blasted for humanizing Trump? What?
They're losers. They're just losers.
In a desperate attempt, Fallon responded by swinging in the opposite direction by shoehorning anti-Trump jokes and progressive sketches into a once fun apolitical show. By 2020, his pandering on-air apology for an old racist blackface sketch on SNL was mocked as
Well, I mean, back then it was kind of normal. Not normal, but it was okay because it was comedy.
virtue signaling as Fallon blurred into irrelevance.
We got an SS.
kind of question like, in 1981, how many grams of crack did Rick James smoke when he recorded Super Freak?
Lilly Singh, a YouTube star, was given her own late-night show by NBC in 2019 called A Little Late.
Okay, it's that like the Indian, like Middle Eastern girl that just kept on just talking about how she was Middle Eastern and a woman and all this.
With Lilly Singh.
So tonight I want to talk about alcohol, since most of you at home are drunk anyways. By the way,
I'll bust their jaw with the bottom of my hand.
Heavily marketed as a breakthrough with the first bisexual woman of color to host a network late-night slot, the ratings never broke through, with episodes averaging only 330 to 370,000 viewers.
I turned 31 today, which means I'm now the age of one of those delusional people who will say things like, 30s are the new 20s.
We do not care.
By 2021, it ranked dead last in late night. Critics at Variety and The Hollywood...
I don't even understand how she was even able to get a late night show. From a YouTuber to major network, those are not the same thing.
Reporter called her delivery stiff and monologues more like TED Talks on identity than comedy. Her sketches leaned on the same punchlines.
Hey, Middle America, I'm just a bisexual woman of color, okay?
Why are you gay?
Repeated so often it became a meme online. Audiences heavily criticize her self-regard as she goes on endlessly about her hair and fame.
It's totally normal to leave some clumps of hair behind when you shower, but after I take a shower, looks like someone drowned the gremlins. And you can talk all about it on your TV show. Oh wait, you don't have one.
You suck, I don't, I got my show, peace.
Even her YouTube fan base didn't follow her to TV, resulting in NBC canceling Singh's show after just 2 seasons by quietly burying the show in 2021.
I'm like, oh my God, okay, everyone is staring at me. And then I'll be relieved when I remember, oh right.
Yeah, at least have someone that's funny. Like, they gave me a show, I would probably bomb. I'm not funny live like that, and obviously my brain and vocabulary is probably not the greatest, so...
I'm famous.
Don't talk about money, you're broke.
The expected milestone ended as one of the lowest rated experiments ever, exemplifying YouTube fame not being equal to mainstream TV.
I really don't think it is. Like, the two are so different from each other. Mainstream fame is real acting, in my opinion, real performance.
TV power. Chelsea Handler rode Chelsea lately on E from 2007 to 2014, with her peak witnessed by over 900,000 viewers on average.
She's a little bit gangster and a little bit rock and roll.
Hurrah! But its final season saw ratings dipping below 500,000, forcing Handler to walk away. Her big mainstream reboot came in 2016 with Netflix's Chelsea that never cracked Netflix's top 10, as clips of her traveling abroad for woke field trips that included quizzing college kids about racism and joking about white privilege went viral, mostly for mockery.
The thing to get excited about is to elect members, people of color, women, so that when we have a government, it reflects this country.
By 2017, Netflix canceled after just 2 seasons. Her bland comedy is widely criticized for not being comedy at all, as it takes refuge with laughing trash.
And Dan was looking at me when I said that. I was like, what? Is that white privilege too? He's like, no, Chelsea, white people aren't even doing that.
After her TV days, Handler has leaned into Twitter activism by posting non-stop political hot takes about Trump and social justice, as her attempts to relaunch a talk show on HBO Max and Peacock fizzled.
And now we have a new president whose name is Donald Putin Trump, who the majority of Americans think is a huge fucktard.
Only Rosie O'Donnell.
Once known for snarky celebrity roasts, Handler's credibility as a comedic host has dwindled into a niche woke comedian lane by alienating the broader audience she once commanded. Bill Maher probably isn't considered woke these days, as for years now, he's mocked cancel culture and identity politics.
Because it's the only religion that acts
I was
like...
gonna say, I was like wondering why Bill Maher is in this, but okay.
The mafia that will fucking kill you.
But upon rewinding, Maher spent 2 decades promoting the very progressive values that fed into woke culture on HBO's Real Time by mocking Christianity on 2008's Religious and defending gay marriage long before it was mainstream.
I do admit there are things in the universe I don't understand.
Okay.
But my response to that is not to make up silly stories.
Pussy.
while also attacking Republicans as bigoted on Real Time. Back in the 2000s, Real Time pulled 4 to 5 million viewers per week. By 2023, the average fell to under 2 million as younger audiences largely ignored him for being a bandwagon jumper, instead preferring podcasters like Joe Rogan.
Watch, this is actually worse. Now, there's a lot of solid jokes in here, and this time he does. So watch this.
And finally, new rule, someone must explain to Democrats what binary means. In America, we've got dozens of flavors of pretty much everything. Doritos and Gatorade, Oreos, Pepsi, Triscuits, Pop-Tarts. But we only have 2 political parties. Most democracies have a parliamentary system with many parties. We don't.
Recently, he's also alienated progressives who cheer for him with his 2021 rant comparing woke Twitter activists to Mao's Red Guard that went viral for anger. Critics also call him hypocritical, as he has blasted religion while inviting extremists like Milo Yiannopoulos.
Because pronouns are so important. If you call Caitlyn Jenner he, you're a bad person. So
yeah,
this
I did it on purpose.
You did. So this is a man
I
who...
misgendered
right.
this person.
Right.
Who the fuck is that guy?
I don't know who he is.
Maher hasn't flopped completely, but culturally, he has faded due to the confusion of transitioning from a sharp liberal voice to a cranky relic. Time's up. Thanks for watching.
It feels like the normal progression of people, or especially men. We kind of start off kind of liberal, a little bit more like, accepting of everything, because we're like, oh yeah, why can't gay people get married? Oh, what does it affect me? That's how we kind of go about life in the beginning. And then as we live a little bit more life, we look back at certain things and we're just like, yeah, probably wasn't the right choice. Probably wasn't the best thing to support. Right? And I think people progress more towards conservatism because they realize being fully open and being fully liberal to everything is kind of a detriment to you and yourself and to society. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.